Hi friends. I stopped counting days. I'm not even sure what week I'm on. I spent all day Wednesday thinking it was Thursday, so I don't know. I don't know. I have to set a bunch of timers on my phone during the day so I don't miss meetings and office hours and coaching sessions. Like, I have no concept of time. Are any of you experiencing that? Like, where all of a sudden I'll be staring at the screen and I've now lost like 45 seconds and I'm not sure where it went, or I'll be looking for something and I just sort of stop and I have no idea how long I've paused, because time doesn't seem to follow the same rules lately as normal. It's very strange. It's all so strange, guys. So weird. Thank God I have wine. All right. Tonight's offering is McLean's Timeless Sangiovese, the 2017 vintage. I love these bottles. Look how pretty. They're pretty bottle. Very pretty bottles. This is a winery in Laguna Beach that I discovered fairly recently. I was one of the first people that walked in the door. And I met the winemaker and they were wonderful and gave me a lot more wine than I paid for that day. And then I became a member because that's what Christines do. So tonight I thought, what would you be mildly amused by? And I realized I have so much like wine stuff. I have all of these accessories that I don't necessarily need, except that I do kind of need them for my wine. So I'm going to introduce you to my wine accessory collection. Okay, so you've already met in a previous episode my aerator. Okay, the aerator helps to aerate the wine as it goes in your glass, or if you're like me, you actually use the aerator in your decanter. Now this is a must. You have to have a decanter. So I've got the wine decanting in there right now. And this little number, because okay, I know it seems like I drink a lot, but like normally guys, like without pandemic, I don't drink alone very often. Well, pandemic quarantine. So anyway, I don't go through a full bottle a night. Sorry to disappoint ya. I don't go through a full bottle a night. All right. So this little guy, if you put it on top and you've got this little thingy, all right, you put it on the bottle and then you get the air out of it and it will preserve the bottle overnight. Wine is never, ever as good the next day, but this will at least make it drinkable on day 2. So that is one of those things that I have. And this, gotta have this. This cuts the foil off the top of the bottle. Gotta have that guy. And because I just wouldn't be me if I didn't overdo things, I have like 4 different wine openers. So I've got this little number, all right, that is you probably recognize this guy. I had to learn how to use one of these tableside when I was waiting tables in Chicago at a restaurant where people were buying $400 bottles of wine that I would have to open with one of these at the table. Some other time I'll tell you about the first time I opened a bottle of champagne for a very important client, party of 10. No, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you now. So I'm at the table and the manager comes up to me and says, okay, everything needs to be perfect. Like, they're freaking me out because it's a high-paying customer, important person, like politician in Chicago, blah, 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 and they're mine. And they order a $325 bottle of champagne. I have never opened a bottle of champagne tableside before. So, I'm like making them laugh and doing the thing and doing like, my shtick to try and like get their minds off of the fact that I am destroying this cap. Really, I'm not getting this right. And all of a sudden, the cork flies. It airborne flies and lands in the lap of someone at another table. Luckily, I have theater training. And luckily, I can be really goofy and silly and funny under pressure because I somehow made the entire place, the entire restaurant laugh, and I get a really good tip. Anyway, story time over. Second wine opener, one of these numbers, because sometimes you want options, but the one I actually always use is my electric wine opener because I'm lazy and I want to get to the wine as soon as possible. So I've got all of those wine openers. I love this guy. This is a little pouch that you can put in a wine bottle and it keeps it cool and safe for taking, because I share my wine with friends. I share my wine with friends. I bring wine to people's houses and I put it in there. There's like, you know, if anyone is a food saver, they have these little things you can hook it up, whatever. Like I just have stuff. I just have wine stuff. I think I'm beyond losing it. Now I'm just kind of amused by everything. So, moving on. What I have found, what I believe will be a good pairing for my timeless Sangiovese, oh wait for it, Lipton's extra noodle soup. Notice the extra noodle. The extra noodle makes all of the difference. I am telling you right now. This is the type of thing that I used to eat when I was a starving artist in Chicago. And then I haven't had it in years, and I saw it and I was like, oh, pandemic. I highly recommend that you add a little chopped up celery and carrots to this when you cook it. Okay, cool. I gotta stop because Lord knows what's gonna happen here. All right, here's our quote for the evening, my dears. One should always be drunk. That's all that matters. But with what? With wine, with poetry, with virtue, as you choose. But get drunk. Charles Baudelaire. Be well, be safe, be kind. Call your mom, call a friend. We're gonna get through this. Have a good night, everybody.